Hey YouTube! Um, it's really been a while since I did another video, and this time I'm gonna try something I've never actually even thought of before, is sort of doing Let's Plays. This time I'm gonna try to do a Let's Play of this game, which is called Hope, Symphony of Tomorrow. It's in a demo stage right now. It's been for a while. And what this is a visual novel, an indie visual novel. And if you don't know the medium, visual novels are, like the name suggests, they're kind of stories that are told in a more visual way. Instead of just being a book, it's really an interactive book, in that you see the characters, and for, well, most of the commercial VNs, they're voiced. I don't think this one will be, or I don't know how the development is going. If it's planned or not, I might want to talk to the author about it, because I kind of want to support him a lot, and that's part of the reason I'm doing this video. Yeah, let's get to it, shall we? Okay. Yeah, what you saw is the title on the before the title was the name of the group. From what I recall, it's kind of only a one-man army, recruiting people for help with the art department and stuff, music. Well, I think I'll put a link in the description afterwards, so you can just check it out for yourself. But feel free to ask me any questions. Do you have really any? I don't know. Maybe this will get people riled up. Not sure. Okay, let's do this. A lake encompassed by darkness. Oh well, yeah, forgot to say, since visual novels are really story-based and stuff like that, they're kind of text-heavy. So if you're not really into the medium, and it's your first time checking this kind of stuff out, don't be put off by this if you really like to read text. I mean, it's not a big hassle, at least not to me. Okay, let's get on with it. An unfamiliar scene. Fireflies, a countless number. Glittering, dancing, glowing faintly in a yellow golden tone, purging away the surrounding darkness. As my eyes slowly adapt to the dim environment, the shape of the lake becomes more clear. I am alone here. Except for the fireflies, I can't sense any other presence around me. I don't feel any warmth, nor cold. Even the wind seems absent from this place. Everything seems out of place. It feels unnatural. I'm gradually being filled with uneasiness. The scenery that surrounds me, this darkness, I feel as if I'm being sucked in. I feel that I'm slowly fleeing away from that light, the light produced by those countless fireflies. I feel that I might disappear. I need to get closer to the light, to leave this black void behind me. If I reach the shore, I'll be safe. I'll be safe from the darkness. Even though there is no logical proof to back up this line of reasoning, I cling to this logic. I try to walk, but my body doesn't move at all. It's as if my brain has been separated from the rest of my body. What seems to be hours pass, even though I have no sense of time here. Despair slowly starts to kick in. I have to calm myself. I try to focus. My mind is hazy and my body feels numb. Like a baby taking its first steps, I focus on each individual action. A step forward, and another. Slowly, I regain control of my body. I slowly start making my way towards the flickering light, fighting the dizziness I'm currently affected with, leaving that darkness behind. As I slowly reduce the gap between me and the shore, relief slowly trades places with despair. My heart, unable to settle since I've been here, finally returns to a slow rhythm. I keep walking, but the lake is still far away. From where I was standing, it seemed like my hand could almost reach it. But the more I walk, the more the distance seems to widen. Each step I make, I can hear my heartbeat acting up again. As I realize that the light is getting farther and farther away, a mix of anxiety and fear starts to overwhelm me. I start to increase my pace. I start running as fast as I can. I run and I run, falling countless times. I keep running, fueled by the adrenaline produced by the fear. Every time I fall, I get up, ignoring the multiple scratches piling up. I come to a halt. I take a deep breath as I gaze at the yellow lights that are surrounding me. Oh, by the way, if the video stops right now, the author knows about this issue. It was to put things in context, this game is developed on an engine that is called RenPy. It's a free engine in Python using Pygame, but I'm not going to go into much more technical terms here. Basically, it's an engine that helps people that are not accustomed to programming create games using assets that they themselves created or other people created. That kind of encourages work without needing without needing to have super specific knowledge about the development process, you know? So yeah, just a side note, sorry about that. I've reached the shore. If I wanted, I could dip my feet in the waterbed just a few steps away. The lights that minutes ago tried to avoid me completely, they now slowly encompass me, accepting me as my presence here is natural. As I gaze at the countless fireflies, I forget where I am for a second. Observing the spectacle that unfolds right in front of me, I feel at ease for the first time since being here. I take a slow walk near the riverbed as I examine the lake and its surrounding wilderness. Everything seems so quiet and peaceful. I stop walking. Something catches my attention. Even though it's still a little far away from where I'm standing, I see something moving in the distance. As I stress my vision on that particular spot, that distant silhouette starts to gain some shape. Playing near the waterbed of a lake, I can make out what seems to be two kids. For some reason, they seem familiar to me. I am not alone after all. They are playing with no care in the world. That boy and that girl. They seem completely oblivious to the encompassing darkness surrounding the lake. My heartbeat, that had calmed down for a while, was now gradually increasing its pace again. It wasn't excitement from realizing that I wasn't alone anymore. In fact, it was quite the opposite. A chill runs down my spine. I feel uneasy again for some reason. Something is wrong. They shouldn't be here. That's the only thing I know. I need to make them leave this place. I try to shout to warn them, but no words manage to get out. Not a single word goes out through my lips. My body does not move. It's as if I'm being constrained by an invisible web. They keep playing, not realizing my distress, not even noticing my presence. I keep making motions with my mouth, trying to warn them about the danger. My head is pounding, not giving me a minute of rest, but I need to keep trying to warn them. But it is all in vain. No words come out, not even a squeak. I drop to my knees. My body mercifully allows me at least that. My eyes start to tear up as I feel so helpless. One of the shapes stands up, as if somehow acknowledging my presence, and turns his head towards the direction where I'm standing. That boy, he seems so familiar to me. He mouths me something, but I am also unable to hear it. That boy, he is crying. Even though I can't hear him, I understand the words he keeps repeating. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It all comes crashing down to me. I remember now. That boy, happily playing with his sister. That boy with those sad-looking eyes. It was me. I'm leaving. Even though I know nobody will answer, I still say those words. The morning sun greets me with its soft rays, as if saluting an old friend. It bathes backly in a gentle and warm embrace, signaling with its presence that winter is officially over. By the way, you saw that here? It's kind of a nice touch there to credit the people that helped in the game. The one you saw there was Deji. You might know her for drawing characters for other VNs, if you know about VNs. Particularly, let's see. I believe the Jisei series is known quite a bit by Sakebento. Sake Visuals. I'll pull a link also in the description if I remember. So yeah, if you can check her art out, it's really great, and you'll get to see it eventually. So yeah. While I lock the door, I can feel a soft breeze whispering on my neck. I stretch as I gaze at the blue sky. April has arrived. This day marks exactly 1 year since I've started living alone. I am originally from a small town, so it was definitely a change of pace moving here. Oh yeah, if you are curious about also the background artists, I don't know much about them. I might try to to get a hold of the author to ask him about it. Because yeah, this is really nice in my opinion. In any case, let's just move on. It was cool, new classmates, new streets. Even today as I walk, the major part of the buildings is still unfamiliar to me. It made me realize just how big the world really is, and how for the most part of our lives, we only know a small portion of it. Just another drop of the ocean, sorry. The streets are already flocking with students in uniforms similar to the one I am wearing. It's not that surprising, since this block is very close to the school. Most of the students take the train to get here. The train station is simply 15 minutes of walking distance from this block. My rental apartment is around the same distance, give and take. It conveniently allows me to avoid the overcrowded train with salarymen and students, which is typical at this hour. Starting the day right out the bat, feeling like a packed sardine, would only make the process of waking up and coming to school seem even less appealing. As of now, I just barely make it in time. I end up oversleeping for most of the days. It's amazing how extra 10 minutes of sleep can make your morning schedule change completely and go into total disarray. I am perfectly aware that when my alarm clock goes off, I should spring myself from the bed, almost in a mechanical way. But there is something so soothing about that holy sanctuary that I cannot simply force myself to leave. My body simply does not budge in those precious 10 to 15 minutes of satisfaction. The aftermath is pretty evident. To compensate the fact of being 10 minutes off schedule, I have to increase my pace, which in turn is pretty tiresome. Doing this in the summer will prove to be even more difficult. Knowing that most days will be tiresome like this, it's a little depressing. I'm definitely not a morning person. Even though I'm still barely halfway, I can feel already the sweat forming on my forehead. The falling cherry blossom, along with this warm wind, really makes me feel like spring. As I reach my reference point signaling that I'm in fact midway, I shift gears. I slowly start to drag my feet on the pavement. I feel so tired. Right now, I might look something similar to a zombie in one of those horror flicks. There is an explanation for why I'm more tired than usual today. Yesterday was my last day on my part-time job. I was working in a small factory restaurant. I went to work a few hours before lunch hour, as usual. It seemed like any other regular day. Cleaning up and serving, all the normal things that were part of my responsibilities. Business was on the slow side. Sundays weren't usually that active. The peaks were mostly on weekdays during the evening. At lunchtime, there were barely any customers. That could be explained by the dinner being close to a residential area instead of places packing hungry salarymen at lunch hour. When my break time arrived, the manager started closing the shop. Even being far from a prosperous business, my manager insisted on throwing me a goodbye party. Honestly, such an irresponsible man. Yesterday was my last day on my part-time job. I was working in a small family restaurant. There was a goodbye banner and a very respectable party table. All of the restaurant staff joined in on the party. The manager's wife was in tears. She kept telling me stories of their youth days when they opened up the restaurant for the first time. Oh damn. There's noise in the background. I hope you don't hear it. You can already hear my clicking and stuff, so yeah. Well, yeah. We'll just see how it goes. I succeeded in avoiding all the alcohol that was present there, but the party still lasted a good chunk of time. I ended up returning to my apartment a lot later than I initially wished for. Sorry about that. Even if it was only for a short period of time, I'm glad I've worked there. They really were nice people. With the money I've put aside from working there in the summer, I can finally live a wealthy school life. No more bread for lunch every day or instant noodles at night. It's what I would like to say. Unfortunately, paying off the rent every month barely allows me to have any extravagances. As I keep walking, more students fill out the pavement road towards the school grounds. A student on a small group ahead notices me and waves, calling out my name. Reciprocally, I extend my arm, mimicking his gesture. Unfortunately, I do not know this person's name. I think I've seen him around my classroom last year, during lunch hours. Saturn-san? That sounds like a gang manga character. Or that he has some kind of alien origins. But actually, I have no idea what his name really is. After seeing my weak response, quickly turns around and rejoins the group conversation. I should really drop this bad habit of mine of forgetting people's names. So hot. My last effort on this endurance circuit is finally rewarded. Just ahead, I can see the familiar school gates. The leaders of tomorrow. As I let out a big yawn, the opening ceremony drags on. The principal is making a passionate speech, mostly about the potential leaders of tomorrow being formed here at Shikkaido High. As it stands now, our school has a pretty good reputation. Oh yeah, by the way, the setting is a Japanese high school, so I try not to butcher any Japanese names and honorifics and stuff. Yeah. I would not call it an elite school since people like me loiter around here too, but it's got one of the highest university entrance rates in the entire prefecture. Some select few even enter those universities that are supposed to be out of reach for the average person. We even excel in the athletics field. Quite a lot of top-of-the-crop individuals are studying here, both in team and individual sports. Whew. This day can't get any worse. Sitting on my right side, I can see one of the best examples as in why this school should not be considered an elite one. Seriously, Aikawa. My day has been plagued by nothing but misfortune. Sorry. My alarm clock didn't ring for some reason, and I ended up oversleeping. When I woke up and realized what time it was, I shut myself through the dorm in total panic. I ended up tripping on the stairs, forgetting my bag, went back for the bag, tripped again, almost got hit by someone riding a bicycle. Ouch. I finally get here, barely arriving on time. As I frantically ran in the direction of the gym, I bump into a freshman. Aikawa. She was such a cutie. I started to think that Lady Luck was starting to blow some good wind my way and that my luck was finally changing. This day would mark the beginning of a new journey for Hidaka Sota. So, what happened? I introduced myself in casual fashion. I promptly asked if she was lost and needed assistance in finding a gym as the perfect gentleman I am. I figured she was probably lost, being her first day here and all. That's when things started getting bad. After I offered my assistance, she just remained quiet and stared at me for a while. When I tried to continue the conversation and try lighting up the mood in an attempt to break the ice, she challenged you to an ancient deathman's custom where you do with nothing but toothpicks. She takes out a piece of paper, writes something down, and puts it on the floor before leaving me there. That's cold. What did the note say? Soda puts his right hand into his pocket. Here. Let's see it. Please jump off a cliff. Oops, sorry. Please jump off a bridge, you disgusting creep. How rude. She'd even add honorifics to it. Creep-san or creep-senpai would do it. Heck, I would even be happy with a hentai-buster-san. Boy, can you be serious for a second here? And what's with that last one? It doesn't even have creep on it. You're right, Hidaka. Sorry about that. Mega hentai creep-buster-san it is then. Boy, I told you to stop with the creep thing. And why did you add a mega to it in the first place? Anyway, what's wrong with this world? An innocent soul like mine, showing nothing but benevolence, to be treated like this. I don't know about that innocent soul thing. Such a cruel destiny. As we finish our conversation, we will fall silent again and resume our game of let's pretend to be hearing the principal's speech thing. And right on time that is, some students were already sending some sharp looks our way. I guess that there are people that actually listen to these speeches. The world is full of surprises. Hidaka seems pretty shaken up. I guess today's events have taken quite a toll on him. Even an energetic guy like him can get down on his spirits occasionally. There is actually a very logical explanation for what has happened this morning to him. Since I've known him, and after watching several of his interactions with members of the opposite sex, I have reached a scary conclusion. Hidaka is a class 1 weirdo. Even if he doesn't realize it himself. Sometimes he turns into quite a scary person. Call it nerves, being a total pervert, or just a mix of the two. His conversations with girls resemble nothing of what you would expect from a sane person. The most scary thing is, he doesn't realize this himself. One of the prime examples of this was when we were both assigned cleaning duty 1 week prior to the Golden Week. That's when I saw it firsthand. Thanks for helping us out, Hinaba-san. You're a real lifesaver. Oh, come on. I did so poor on that one. Okay, whatever. I wouldn't expect any less from our class rep. I'm not doing girl voice. You can call me Yukari. Oh, Yukari-chan. You can call me Soda then. But you really saved us, Yukari-chan. It would take ages with just me and Aikawa. Really? It seems pretty clean already. You guys really work hard. I think Sota-kun would finish this very quickly, even without me. I guess you're right. But Aikawa wasn't feeling so good just a moment ago. Right, Aikawa? Alright. Why don't you take 5? We got you covered. Don't worry, man. Just take a rest if you're not feeling so good. Okay then. I'll see you guys later. Thanks, Hiraka. Take care, Aikawa-kun. Later, Aikawa. This would be how Hidaka remembers this event. Unfortunately, reality doesn't seem to reflect anything slightly similar to this. The real version would be... Thanks for helping us out, Hinaba-chan. You're such a nice girl. Oh, come on, that Kami is so creepy. I just asked if you guys needed anything before I left. Thanks, Hinaba-san. We're good here. You can... What do you mean, Aikawa? We need all the help we can get. It's not every day you get to work with a beautiful class or of Class 1C after all. I need to go. Don't be shy. You're a lifesaver, Hinaba. Can I call you Yukari-chan? Call me Hinaba-san. And you can call me Soda, Hinari-chan. Are you even listening? It would take forever at this rate with just me and Aikawa. Really? It seems pretty clean already. What do you mean? Crash! As Hinaba-san finished her sentence, Hiraka dropped the shovel they were used to clean, spreading its contents on the floor. He didn't even bother to mask it. It looked completely on purpose. Yeah. I wonder if any guy would do that, just for the sake of... well, whatever. Oh no, so much dirt again. I'm so glad you will help us. Hey, Aikawa, weren't you feeling sick just a moment ago? Why don't you leave me and Hikari-chan alone? We will clean this up together with the power of love. That doesn't sound like a good idea. What? Hey, Aiko, do you need me to go to the infirmary with you? Nonsense, it's just a migraine, right? You will be fine, don't worry. No, I'm not doing the girl voice. Really. That would be the girl naked truth. To this date, I don't think Hinata-san even goes near him. Each time I bring this subject up, he tells me the first version, and in his mind, he thinks it is truth. The human mind is such a scary thing. Yeah, right. Man, this speech could enter the Guinness record book for the longest speech in history. Now tell me about it. I've been talking for, like, what, half an hour now? Sorry. Why do we have to attend this all over again, even if it's not our first year? He asked me, raising the tone of his voice a bit. I don't know. As I realized that the people who were staring at us just moments ago have yet again set their focus on us, I try to kill this one-sided conversation. But as usual, his incessant blabbering will not stop until he feels satisfied. It's even the same speech from last year. One of the staring girls pulls the sleeve of someone from our class, probably just to complain about us. Oh, it's Hinata-san. As she looks over our side, the glimpse of Hirako immediately startles her. They probably asked her to give us a quick lecture. Makes sense, she is our class rep after all. After side looking our way a couple of times, and the assistance of her fellow colleagues, she turns her head completely our way. She looks at me with apologetic eyes. She doesn't need to speak a single word. Yeah, I get it. I poke Hirako with my elbow as I signal with my eyes in the direction of the annoyed student group. Let's just watch this silently for now. We're getting the angry stare from over there. As we grasp the situation, he falls silent again. I do an okay sign towards Hinata-san's direction. She mouths me a thank you and smiles softly right before turning her attention again to the main stage. That was actually kinda cute. It lies in the young generation power. 15 minutes later and the speech seems nowhere near its end. Hiraka is notoriously growing more impatient by the minute. I don't think he will be able to remain silent for much longer. I can say I don't share his feelings about the speech though. My efforts for the last 10 minutes have consisted of narrowing my eyes in the direction of the principal and trying to make him pass out with the sheer power of my mind. Since it has proved fruitless so far, I'm guessing I don't have any kind of psychic powers. Yeah, tell me about it. I wish I had some psychic powers as well. Those hours trying to move spoons with my mind have been worthless after all. Why would you try that? We will defeat our weaknesses. I am almost sure that he is taking this out of one of those American sports movies where the underdog team consisting in rejects and talentless people need to defeat the evil elite team in an epic confrontation. It's important that you don't lose sight of the goals. We are currently in the school gym where usually open and closing ceremonies are held. We, the second years, are sitting in the back of the gym, along with the third years, while the freshmen are in front of the stage all gathered around as a herd, looking restless and nervous. I had my share of that last year, so I don't envy them right now. As I look around, I see several people showing signs of tire. I guess we're not the only ones feeling that way. Just a few chairs away, there is a student that is snorting heavily. His position is kind of bizarre. I'm amazed at how he is not screaming in pain instead of sleeping soundly. I didn't even know that the human body could take that shape. Yeah. 2 chairs away from him is a girl is texting frantically on her cell phone. She has been doing so ever since, since we arrived. At the rhythm she is writing, I wouldn't be surprised that she was writing a book in that thing. If not, I feel sorry for the person that has to reply on the other side. But I'm secretly hoping that she's texting a trained group of mercenaries, giving the green light to kidnap our principal and ending this torment. Wow. Yeah. Really? Wow. As I observe those two, an even more unreal scene catches my eye. The first year is playing PFP. Get the reference there? He doesn't seem to be aware of his surroundings in the slightest. I can't take it anymore. I feel restless and I need to move my legs. How much time do you think this torture will last? If it was just a speech, it would be okay for me. But why do we have to listen to the history of how the school was built 20 years ago all over again? Again, he protests in a slightly high-pitched tone. And I'm not going to do that high-pitched tone. There's no helping it. It's something that's deeply embodied in this school's roots. I think the purpose might be reminding us of our ancestors' goals and how they expect us to follow in their footsteps. Something along those lines at least. Too bad no one from the second and third years is thinking of anything that no more right now. In the end, this is just going to be the usual bloodfest. I can see it already. Most of the club's representatives fighting to restrain themselves on their seats. This day is the most important one for each individual club. They will aggressively pick up freshmen one by one and try to force them to join. Freaking hell, that's dangerous. The success of a club is mostly defined by today's events. This is especially true for the smallest ones. Budgets and club cuts are done mostly due to the sheer number of students that the club has. Well, that's kind of... well, yeah, it's logical, I guess. If you possess a lot of members, then you will have a bigger budget from the student council. The type of club activity comes second. Not a very fair system if you ask me. Yeah, but it has some... well, if it's only that, if it's only about the number of people, yeah, I guess. I don't really care that much though. I'm not in any club. But you would imagine that the principal could concoct something a little more interesting instead of repeating himself year after year as a broken record. In the following year, we had our first big victory in the athletic field. But still, I don't remember this speech lasting so long last year. I guess the nerves made me block out the notion of time. Yeah, tell me about it. Are you seeing the amount of beauties that I've entered this year? Oh, come on. Oh, whatever. He whispers excitedly while pointing to a specific group in the front row. Oh, really? Can you imagine how many of them are now scared of this frightening environment with all these creepy-looking seniors lurking around? I can imagine. I'm looking at one of those creepy seniors right now. Soda Senpai will save you all! This year will be my rebirth! I didn't do that. This must be one of those moments commonly defined as lost for words, because my mind is blank on how I should respond to you right now, Hidaka. Yeah, I was kind of embarrassed right now as well. But I have to admit, there are a lot of cute girls enrolling this year. Oh, come on, you two! I'm being infected by the Hidaka virus. Well, at least we're done with school for today after this is over. I don't think I could take any more of this punishment game today. Huh? What are you talking about? We're still going to have 2 hours of class today. This is only allocated for the morning slot. It's the same as last year. Oh. Da-dum. Soda just leans back, stalking on the chair, looking defeated. His eyelids are almost white. They seem to have lost focus. Reality 1, Soda 0. And that's the history behind the North Gate. Jeez, you old geezer, just end this already. There are already people sleeping and drooling all over the place. Ooh, battleground. The air is so heavy right now. I feel that I could cut it up with a knife. Wow. That's some heavy... some heavy air, yeah. Since most of the windows are closed to filter the outside noise, the pavilion feels just like a giant sauna. Oh, come on. And you're sweaty as well? No wonder. But don't forget, the most important is to have fun. Oh yeah. Finally, it's over. I stayed while loosening my tie. I'm even having trouble breathing in here. Hey, let's get out of here. The worst part of the freshman starts now. The harassment is pretty hardcore these days. I can pass being dragged into the chaos. Oi. Lying back in the chair is only a pale image of the once energetic Soda. He is spacing out without moving an inch. He just lies there in his chair, staring at the old gym ceiling with an absent-minded gaze. Whoa. He looks pretty disheartened. Anyway, I can simply leave him, make up a story, and cheer him up. For having played demo, it's better to, for the sake of showing stuff out since it's a demo, to make up a story and cheer him up. So let's do this. There is only one thing that I can cheer up Hidaka right now. Oh! I clenched my fist as if remembering something. I'll tell you something good that will cheer you up. There were rumors of a girl with a distinct foreign look enrolling this year. I think she even appeared in some magazines. She seems to be some sort of idol in Europe. Eh? Soda's eyes slowly regain their focus. She turns his head sideways to where I'm standing. I heard some rumors that the photography club was going to perform a closed photo session today after she enrolled. By now, Hidaka just looks at me as a dog, looking at his master showing up for a frisbee disc. This is just too easy. From what I was told, yeah? It was a swimsuit cover for the school journal. What? Yeah, my reaction too. Shh! I quickly reach for Hidaka and cover his mouth with my hand. I look around as if I was one of those spies depicted in those 80s movies. This is a secret and very precious information. We have to be discreet here. I wouldn't tell this precious intel to just anybody. Sorry, keep going. I'll restrain myself, Aikawa. Alright. Of course, an average student will not be able to gaze upon this once-in-a-lifetime event. I added a word there? Yeah, whatever. The photography club is pretty strict regarding club policy, even more for such an event. You need connections, an inside man on the photography club. Luckily for you, I know such a person. What? I never knew you had such a connection to Aikawa. A man has to hide his trump cards. I smile proudly, trying to contain my own laughter. Yeah, you can tell at this point he's really just messing with him. You're guaranteed to have a peek if I recommend you. You would do that for me? Of course. You need to see Masataka from Class 2B. Tell him the Boogeyman sent you. Boogeyman. That's my code name. Yeah, right. He'll know that you were sent by me. That sounds kinda... Don't worry with the details. As soon as you give him the passcode, he will make all the necessary arrangements. I moved beyond words. You're a great man, Aikawa. I'm so lucky to have you as a friend. Yeah. Go fulfill your dreams, Hidaka. I'll never forget this act of kindness, Aikawa. Yeah. Don't worry. Just go, Hidaka, and set your wings free. You can do it. Yeah! And he leaves, running out of the gym. I wanted to cheer him up, but it ended up going this way. I couldn't really help it. This was just too much fun. It's the original thought that counts, right? I walk outside the gym and take a deep breath while receiving those UV energy rays. Most of the students now roam the premises freely. Except for the freshmen. Those are being mercilessly hijacked by the seniors in their respective clubs. They are quite easy to spot. They walk around mostly with their eyes glued to the ground, still showing some uneasiness towards this new environment. Yeah, tell me about it. If the seniors are going to harass you and stuff, you probably don't want to meet their gaze, right? Such a nostalgic feeling. Just a year ago, I was in their shoes. I met Hiraka on my first day here. I was lost on the campus while searching for my classroom, and ended bumping into him. We were both looking for Class 1C and joined forces to complete our task. Fate wanted that I would find somebody that would surpass my already non-existent sense of orientation. Wait, you can get lost in a school? Okay. It turns out that his sense of orientation was even worse than mine, and we still couldn't find the class after nearly 30 minutes. Wow, 30 minutes! You gotta be kidding me. Luckily for us, the teacher found us and led us straight to our classroom. We had to hear a "be more responsible" speech along the way though. It seems that he couldn't believe that two individuals could be lost for nearly 1 hour looking for a room. Yeah, I can't believe it either. How can you mess that up? Oh well. Who could blame him though? A year already passed, huh? Ugh. The entrance ceremony has finished up a while ago, and I still have some free time until the first class starts. I am not really hungry, so I'll just skip lunch. Standing idle like this, I could be easily mistaken for a freshman. I don't feel that energetic. The small carpets of grass seem so cozy right now. As I stare intently at the green pasture, I make my decision. I drop my bag and let gravity take care of my heavy body. A little shy won't hurt. I close my eyes as I delve among them. The rhythmical sound of the cicadas resting in the trees soothe my soul. I feel the warm wind on my face. Since I didn't get much sleep yesterday, it would be easy to visit the dream world in just a few minutes. However, I should avoid it. I feel that I would end up sleeping and cutting class. Resist. And boom. Zzz. I should have said. Why, maybe not. Smack! Ugh. My head hurts. As I rub the aching area where my head was struck upon, I see the culprit lying beside me. It seems I was woken from my idle slumber by a menacing-looking basketball. I've read somewhere that waking up violently from a blow to the head like this can originate problems for the psyche. I wonder if that excuse would hold up if I tried to explain to the homeroom teacher that I'm incapacitated for the rest of the day. After all, if it's in the internet, it must be true, right? No, not necessarily, but that was sarcastic, so I shouldn't have commented on that. Unfortunately, reality is such a cruel thing, and my condition won't help me avoid what is already starting to seem like a long-term marathon. As I get up, I return the ball to the apologetic freshman that came running over. In the distance, I see several second-year students, from what I deduce to be the basketball club, being forced already to do dirty jobs. Being a freshman sure is hard. Just seeing him run around is making me tired. I stretch as I gaze and admire the blue sky. Something is weird. Except for the students who just hit me on the head with a ball, there's barely anyone around. As I think of this, the school bells sound off throughout the building. What? Shit, did I oversleep? Hey, bad word there. Okay. I don't remember the rating for the game. I'll have to ask it. the author as well. Yeah. Anyway. I could have sworn that no more than 2 minutes had passed. Damn! Were these corridors always this big? As I make a dash through the now almost empty hallways, I end up in front of the school billboards. Did I make a wrong turn? This is the second floor without a doubt. But I'm almost sure that my classroom is almost on the opposite side of this building. My fabulous sense of direction strikes yet again. I'm having a deja vu from last year. I wouldn't normally be so lost if it was my usual classroom, but a major part of the building is on remodeling and we were pushed to a different corner of the building. I stop in front of the billboard to regain some breath. Some students are still around here. I guess as a final resort I can ask somebody. I look around at the other students and confirm that the majority are freshmen. How lame would it be for a second year asking direction right now? I still have some dignity. I won't ask for directions. As I remain still in front of the billboard, something catches my attention. A small girl jumps from board to board, looking panicky. Ooh. She is holding tightly onto a piece of paper. I can tell she's a freshman due to the yellow ribbon. What is she doing? Other students pass by, looking at her with some curiosity, but in the end, no one stops to help. I remember that on my first year, I also had some trouble finding my class. The sheets of paper are scattered around, without any type of apparent order. We are given a piece of paper with some letters. That paper is the references to the place where we should search for our class. Over there. Whoever thought of this layout for the class sheets must have had some kind of a sadistic nature. Well, it's none of my business. Oh, by the way, this game, the demo, I was asked to proofread it, so, but it was on a limited time frame, and so not all of my suggestions were put, but it was it was a good experience for both me and the author as well. So, yeah, I think he wants me to proofread the whole game, so at some point I'll have a lot of work, but in my opinion it's worth it, because as far as I can tell, he's really passionate about it, and from what I read already, this is looking like he knows his stuff, so why would I not want to help him, really? Okay, let's move on. I turn around and ignore the girl who keeps hopping from one billboard to another. Someone will eventually help her. If not a student, the teacher is bound to pass by sooner or later. That's what I tell myself while walking away. Yeah. I mean, I would help, but I'm already late for class as it stands. Yeah. Okay, Yusuke. Let's go. Step 2 of the sprint marathon. Oh, right. Oh yeah, right, he was running before. Strength! Notice how I move my mouse away from her legs. Whatever. I'm so not honest with myself. Well, in your if I were in your shoes, I would exactly do the same thing. I'm kind of the guy who wants to help out, so I can understand that. Let's see. Swipe. While the girl is looking intently at the billboard, I grab the piece of paper out of her hand rather abruptly. Whoa. Well, yeah, okay. Well, I guess I would do... Maybe not... Oof. Whatever. A squeak is heard as I grab the paper. I walk some steps to the left, leaving the girl static on the spot, observing me. Let's see, first year placement should be around... here. Oi, you were looking at the wrong place. First years are on this billboard. I state this as I point to a paper sticking out of the wall. Your name should be around here somewhere on this sheet. I'm pretty sure some people would be like, oh, cute, by looking at her expression here. The girl doesn't move from her spot. Maybe I've scared her. I don't think that's true. Well, maybe, I don't know. Do shy girls really get scared easily? I'm not sure. Oh well. Here, I return this to you. I give the piece of paper back as I walk past her. You should be able to find your classroom there. If you still can't, just go down that corridor and make a left. You will find the staff find the staff room over there. Oh, come on, I can't talk. Yeah, whoa, it's almost been an hour. She is still staring awkwardly at the ground. Some of the students in the vicinity are already giving me weird looks. For the outside, it might look like I'm harassing her or something like that. Nobody's helped her out, but when it comes to judging someone, they sure are a quick bunch. Well, later. Thank you. From afar, I listened to some words being whispered by the girl, even though I couldn't make out what she said. By the way, if there are still typos and stuff like that, just as I said before, we were on a limited time frame. Basically, Takanashi, the author, that's his nickname, contacted me, I guess, just a few days before releasing the demo. He really wanted to release it on the same week he contacted me. So kind of spent 3 nights on this, and replied as I sent to my comments and suggestions that yeah, he couldn't put all of it, but he appreciated the help. So yeah, I'm grateful for that, and it was really fun. I have to be honest, it was fun, even though I was really tired at work afterwards, but it was worth it. Yeah. I end up making it in time somehow. It seems that today I haven't done anything but run from one place to another. This thought is really depressing. Present. The roll call proceeds in an organized fashion. It seems we have less classes scheduled as usual today. It makes sense, since the opening ceremony took quite a big chunk of time. I wish that they wouldn't even schedule anything. I'm just lazy today. Oh well, I can't complain at least. I've hit the jackpot in the C department this year. Sitting near the window is definitely a plus. I look around searching for Hidaka. There's an empty chair, 3 rows away. I'm guessing he's cutting classes. I remember what happened at gym earlier today, which might explain why he's absent. The teacher begins the lesson, starting off right off the bat with Japan history. I'm curious about Japanese history. Maybe I should read about it sometime. Sengoku period and stuff like that. Yeah. Okay. My eyelids already feel abnormally heavy. Classes went by as usual. I end up sleeping through most of it, being able to pull it off in an suspicious way. Oh, whoa. I'm starting to get whatever. Yeah, you can say that again. Our homeroom teacher, Ida-sensei, dismisses us for the day. Class rep. Rise. Wow. As I scout around, I realized that Hidaka didn't really show up. Are you trying to be held back right from the start? Most of my classmates just pick up their bags and leave the classroom. Others form small groups. I guess club activities start now for some of them also. I rest my chin on my hand as I stare at the window. The sun is already setting. I don't really have a motive to stay here. I'm not in a club or anything. I'm the go-ho after class time after all. But I'm not really excited about returning to my empty apartment. Alright. I make up my mind and pick up my bag. I guess I'll dwell around the arcades or go visit the manga store, sorry. I can pick up something for dinner from a convenience store on the way home. I took my time walking here. There are barely any students here at the locker room. As I take out my shoes out of the locker, something in the corner of my eye piques my interest. I notice a phone strap lying on the floor close to one of the lockers. I close in on it, making sure to keep my distance, as if observing an insect that could fly from the wall in my direction at any moment. It's definitely a girl phone strap, No male student would use this without the fear of being teased until the end of days. It's shaped like a... Actually, I have no clue what this is supposed to be. Oh. Okay. Unicorn? I think. Oh, that's not... Okay. Kinda is embarrassing. All depends. Who would use something like this? It's pretty weird. It's so... pink. Okay. Yeah, if it's pink, I'm not gonna use it. I take another look around, trying to find out the possible owner of this bizarre strap. But for the exception of another male student, there's only me in the vicinity. What should I do? Well, you know what? You bothered to witness it, so might as well pick it. I pick up the ugly object and quickly put it in my right pocket while looking around, making sure no one was watching me. Stealer! For some reason, I feel like a criminal committing a crime. Why am I getting so worked up over such a small thing? Anyhow, let's get out of here. At first, I thought of making a pit stop on the commercial district, but thanks to yesterday's events, I'm too tired for even that. I ended up buying a quick meal in a convenience store, followed by navigating through the familiar route that leads to my apartment block. As I think of today's events and the never-ending opening ceremony, I take out the phone strap from my pocket. It's already weird. It's really weird. Sorry, messing the words now. What are those guys from the toys industry street doing nowadays? I wonder if it belongs to a really cute student. She would say, "Thank you, Aikawa-kun," while still blushing and her eyes glaring with my face reflected on them. Hey, that's fancy stuff there. Then I would tell the story to my friends about the ugly phone strap on that fateful day. What's up with this unrealistic setup? It's like the plot of one of those B movies that you wouldn't even pay 100 yen to watch. Yeah, but B movies have a charm of their own, which is kind of weird to say. Yeah, I know, but yeah. As my thoughts continue, I return the pink object to my coat pocket. The sky is already covered in a mix of dark and light tones. I should speed up a bit, it's already getting dark. I'm home. Swiftly losing my shoes in the placeholder, I throw my bag to an empty corner and collapse on the bed. Even though I'm quite hungry, my brain keeps telling me that I shouldn't move since I'm so comfortable. So tired. I stare at the ceiling, feeling nostalgic for some reason. A year has already passed, huh? My first day here in this apartment was really rough. I wasn't used to live alone at all. The empty and noiseless house was getting under my skin. Thankfully, I'm over that already. Nowadays, when I feel like that, I just turn the TV on or listen to some music. Even if it's just a makeshift company, it's more than enough. My body feels so heavy. On the corner of my eye, a red flashing light catches my attention. A message? I slowly make my way to the telephone lying on the floor. Frankly, I don't remember I have one most of the time. Wow, man, I'm messing up. I haven't received a phone call on this number for how long now? For a year now, most likely. Very few people know my home number. I always share my cell phone one when needed. As I take my time resting my thumb against the button, I decidedly push the voicemail button. Oh, damn it, I can't speak anymore. The machine emits a beeping sound just before playing back the stored message. Yusuke, how have you been? It's been a while, hasn't it? Mom. Ni-chan. That's Japanese for big brother. I'm sleepy. Just a little longer. We're almost there, Karen. The sun is already setting, covering the sky in a mix of orange and red tones. The night will fall shortly after. I speed up my pace as I realize this. See? It's the path we used to take when we were kids. I tried to mask my shaking voice with a somewhat cheerful tone. She falls silent again, resting peacefully on my back. She is so light. She seems to get lighter and lighter for each step I make, going farther and farther away from me, even though I'm holding her tightly on my back. Remember the last time we were here? You ran off on your own after seeing a rabbit on a small clearing somewhere around here. Of course, you ended up getting lost. I kept screaming your name as I searched for you everywhere. Hours passed and there was still no sign of you. When I finally found you, you were desperately crying out my name, sitting near a beat-down tree. When you saw me, you came running right towards me and fell down, scraping your knees pretty badly. But you just got up again, ignoring the pain as you kept running and calling my name. You were such a crybaby. I couldn't just leave you alone for a second. Karen, are you sleeping? Don't fall asleep yet, dummy. See? We're almost there. Again, my shaking voice comes out. Even though I'm doing my best, I'm putting up a cheerful facade. My red eyes are now getting moist again. I clench my teeth in both sadness and frustration. Frustration for being so useless. When we got home, Mom and Dad panicked when they saw you like that. I was the one that ended up being scolded for leaving you alone, although I didn't care. I was just glad that you were okay. Uni, I'm thirsty. Is that so? I stop walking as I look around for a place that seems minimally comfortable. Luckily, there is a cut-down trunk nearby that resembles some sort of stool. I slowly sit her down on the withered trunk. Her pale skin reminds me of how fragile she really is right now. She breathes heavily, each gulp for air seeming somewhat painful for her. I take out the bottle of water from my backpack and gently give it to my sister. She's sweating a lot, mostly due to her high fever. I drench a tissue in water and wipe off her sweat as I give her a wry smile. Hey, don't go sleeping now all by yourself now, you hear? We're a few minutes away now. The lake is just ahead. We will be able to watch the fireflies, just like when we were kids. She closes her eye again. Karen, hey, you hear me? Don't go to sleep just yet. I shriek in panic as I see my sister closing her eyes again. Every time she closes them, I fear that she will not be able to wake up again from their endless dream. Ni-san. I use my sleeve to wipe some of my own tears off. Let's keep going, alright? Just one more last effort, okay? She faintly nods at me. She's barely keeping awake. You've grown so strong, Karen. Stronger than me. I'll give you a piggyback again. Aren't you lucky? It's the second time I gave one to you today. You really liked them back then, remember? I give her a smile as I look straight into her sleepy eyes. She faintly smiles at me as she nods for a second time. Her faint smile is so genuine and heartwarming that it hurts me so much. My chest agonizes in pain again. I try to keep fighting the sadness that invades my heart with this hopeless battle. It's a battle that I cannot win. I pick her up again on my back, holding her tightly again. I'm afraid of losing her in these woods again, of letting her go. I know that this time, I won't be able to find her. Okay, let's keep going, just a little further ahead. Don't go to sleep just yet, okay? Small drops of waters keep dripping on my shirt, even though there is not a single cloud in the sky. Her heavy breathing warms my back again. soon after, I would not be able to feel that same warmth on my back. Karen. Today, hiking through this arduous path for knowledge, a few students following my footsteps. It doesn't mean that I've changed my path to school or even that some weird phenomena occurred. The simple explanation is that today I woke up a little earlier than usual. For the rest of the day, society and my peers can approve of me as a regular and obliging citizen. Even if today was probably the exception for the entire semester, I should just take my time and enjoy this blissful morning. This hour is indeed the best. There's so few people around, everything seems so peaceful. Sup? Yo, Aikawa. Morning, Aikawa-kun. As I greet some of my classmates, I walk towards my desk. I drop my bag on the floor in shock as something surreal unfolds right in front of me. As if straight from a fairy tale book, a girl with golden hair stays peacefully on my desk. Oh yeah, bring it on. Oh right, by the way, actually my first contact with this game was, with the author, was because I wanted to support the game, and he was talking about releasing the demo, but he was silent for a bit, like for a month or so, and I decided to draw a chibi fan art of the girl you're about to see. The chibi fan art turned out not to be so good, well, in my opinion, but he still liked it, so I'm glad. So yeah, moving on. This girl has a snowy white face, contrasting perfectly with her luminous hair, which is gently illuminated by the timid rays of sun that made their way through the thick window glass. Wow. Her silky hair is tied up with 2 white ribbons. 2 strands of hair extend from the sides of her head. Her current posture is a mix of a peaceful slumber of a princess and a small cat that snuggles on the top of a car hood, trying to get the warmth from the still hot engine. That can be considered cute, yeah. Even her uniform stands out a bit, not exactly the usual patterns that you can find every student wearing around in the school. It's highly customized. It's similar to our regular uniform, but it's mixed with an elegant Gothic Lolita style. I would be lying if I said I didn't find it appealing. Yeah, tell me about it. I keep saying that. Fuck, whatever. She's a small and very beautiful girl. I gently drop my bag on the floor, leaning it against one of the legs of the table, trying to minimize the sound produced. As I try my hardest not to disturb her sleep and make my presence aware to her, I watch one last time her slow-paced breathing that signals her total peace as she sleeps soundly. I cautiously open my bag and bring out my notebook for our first period class, avoiding making as much as a squeak. I gently curl the notebook, compacting it in a cylindrical way. Wait, you're not going to. I raise my arm in slow motion, still being careful to make the least noise possible. I make a slight pause and close my eyes as I focus. I take a deep breath and... Smack! Oh, there's a sound effect, sorry. A loud noise echoes in the room as I smack the sleeping girl right on the head. You-kun? Eri-chan, why are you sleeping on my desk again? She suddenly stood to attention after I asked my question. I thought you promised me to stop doing this. Yeah? Stop what? That's gonna... I believe in Japan, cats would say nya, so nyan is kind of a cute way for saying hmm? Hinaga Eri. From the way we interact, a normal person would assume we knew each other since infanthood. That normal person would be incredibly wrong. Barely 4 months have passed since we first met each other. She transferred schools during the fall of last year. She ended up joining 1C, my class at the time. Because she is quite the beauty and has that innocent-looking face of hers, she quickly made a report in this class. And for some reason, she seems to have taken a liking to me. There she goes at it again. Contrary to her popularity among the boys, though, she seems to be quite unpopular on the girls' side. Yeah, I can only guess. It's not unusual to sometimes hear a few classmates bad-mouthing her. Why would you do that? Oh yeah, that's cool for you. Yu-kun, are you okay? You look so spaced out. Maybe you need some Eddie morning cheer-up kiss? Oh yeah. No need. Foo. With her cheeks puffed out, she complains about my quick reply. You are too shy, Yu-kun. I pick up my notebook for first period and collapse on my freshly empty desk. Yu-kun, you seem more tired than usual today. You tire me. Yeah, I haven't been sleeping that well lately. Oh? Yeah, that can't be easily fixed. Oh. I have a bad feeling about this. Yeah, I have a bad feeling about this too. Love beam! Come on. She blinks one eye at me, posing like a character in one of those old anime that had some curled dress with sailor uniforms. Alright. Do they do that in Sailor Moon? I don't remember. Whatever. Yeah. Probably. Lame. Love Kisu. That's Japanese tend to keep their pronunciation when saying English words, so Kisu is not actually a typo. If the author wanted this to sound like it really does for a Japanese person, but well, whatever. Schmuck. Denied. I stop her head from proceeding in my direction with my left hand, pretending to be completely unaffected by her actions. Yeah, you are affected, yeah. I'm sure would be even. I would probably act the same way. Oops, sorry about that. I'd probably act the same way. I mean, yeah. A girl making advances on you like it's the most natural thing in the world, and you're like, oh, what should I do? Or, yeah, unless you really don't want her to do that. But your part of you is still affected. I don't know how one would not be. That's it, Yusuke. Just stare at the school track field outside. Think of puppies and kittens. You're a mountain. You have no mortal desires. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You are no fun. Truth is, she's starting to get under my skin. I would be lying if I said I don't find her Eddie attractive. I have to make her stop quickly or it will get even worse. Yu-kun doesn't like Eddie anymore? Uh-oh. Puppies, seahorses! As I turn back to and I'm up to reply, I realize her face is no more than a palm away from mine. I am starting to get dizzy. Yu-kun, are you okay? You don't seem to be doing that well. Without warning, she joins her forehead with mine in order to check my temperature. You're a little hot. Her breath tickling my nose. She's too close. I suddenly rise up from my chair, gaining some distance from this golden-haired demon. That's because of the twin tails? Yu-kun, my mind is completely hazy. I need to get some air. Can I have a normal morning like normal people? Aikawa! Uh-oh. Sounds like trouble. Another familiar voice interrupts my already falling into oblivion quiet morning. My morning bliss. So far away now. You bastard! Oh. Hidaka arrives blowing off steam from his nose. He seems really mad for some reason. I can guess why, yeah. No, Hidaka. Don't you yo me, Aikawa. Oh man, I'm not gonna mistake you for him. You tricked me! What particular time are you referring to? Don't play dumb. You gave me bogus information yesterday. Masataka-sama never heard of you, nor did he know anyone that is part of the school photography club. Sama? Wait, there really is a guy called Masataka in that class? What are the odds? At first, I thought he was just playing dumb and he didn't want to share that secret information to a stranger, so I kept saying, I'm an envoy of the Boogeyman, you can trust me, please show me that foreign beauty. What kind of weirdo are you? Scram. What? Come on, man, I've told you the password. Boogeyman. Look, you hentai freak, you're scaring my classmates. I told you 1,000 times I don't know anyone in the photography club. I've never heard of that new foreign student or of that Boogeyman crap. Just leave before I regret it. Oh, a ruffian, huh? I guess being the nice guy doesn't work with you. You don't have any idea what is at stake here, do you? If you don't get out of here, I'll stop asking nicely. Foo 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 foo. I guess I'd have to change my strategy. I'm going to give you until the count of 5 for you to spill the beans. Or else, I'd have to show you the true meaning of hell. I'm not sure what's going on anymore. I'll hear no complaints. I'll hear more complaints later. I'm going to use my full power here. My soul is burning with blue fire. My fists are steel itself, reacting to the air, creating countless sparks of crimson fire. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 5. Doria! Come on, you skipped. Whatever. What happened next? Next thing I knew, I was on the pinlock on the ground and being labeled as a freak. My arm was on the verge of breaking, like a withered branch. As it turns out, this Masataka guy is the captain from the karate club. I'm speechless, Hiraka. He went through so much. He told me the only way for him to release me would be to beg him to stop. What did you do? What do you think I did? Don't take me lightly. I'm not called the Golden Fist of Shikaido for nothing, you know. You begged for mercy, didn't you? I begged as if my life depended on it. I feared as much. Aikawa, you wanted that glimpse of heaven just for yourself, didn't you? You've sent me in a wild goose so I wouldn't be on their way, didn't you? Maybe in your way. I slowly put my hand on his shoulder. I'm sorry for being such a dishonest friend. You must have had it hard. I wanted to be the first to see her, so I could be sure that she was suitable to your patrons. Okay. Unfortunately, she left for her country again. Her father suddenly was left bedstruck after being stung by a jellyfish. Oh, come on. Wait. She wanted to replace him as a true fisherman's daughter. Wait, that's getting completely random there. Worry not. She also told me that once she saved her village, she would return and would want to meet you, as long as you would be a good friend and pay me lunch for the next 2 weeks. Well, that's totally random there. There is no foreign student, is there? None whatsoever. Hiraka-kun. Oh, Eddie-chan, how long have you been there? Eddie was having some love time with you-kun before he barged in. Whoa. And what's with this about another girl, Yukun? Is that why you're giving Eddie the cold shoulder? What? You guys are at that level? Aikawa, you have Eddie-chan and you still chased after foreign beauty-chan? What level are you talking about? I just told you that there was no foreign beauty, you dumbass. Eddie belongs to Yukun. But now Eddie knows she is not loved by Yukun. What? You bastard, what kind of twisted person are you? You can't deal with a woman's feelings like this. What? I have lost track of what's going on. Yukun thinks I'm ugly. No, you're not. What's with this melodramatic setup? My one-sided love. You could. Eddie-chan, don't cry. You still have me. No, I can't do that. God, am I being punished? The end of the morning lessons finally arrives. After 4 long tedious hours, lunchtime arrives, signaled by the school bell. The mood in the classroom changes quickly, becoming quite rowdy. Let's go eat, Aikawa. You look quite cheerful. Of course, it's not every day that I can eat a free lunch. That's right. This morning I ended up promising him that I would treat him for lunch today as an apology. After going to almost dangerous lengths with that joke yesterday, it was the least I could do. I would like to have a word with those individuals that claim that waking up early brings good fortune. Goodbye, my precious friend. You were going to transform into a beautiful cup of ramen. But now you are deemed to become a hard-digging bread in a lousy school cafeteria. Wow, it's completely packed. Right in front of us stood a ferocious battlefield. A crowd of students battles for every inch of space in hopes of getting hold of some items before the eventual run out. First days of the new terms are always the most intense. As more experienced fighters, we have an upper hand on this battle towards the first years. Alright, let's use our secret weapon, Hiraka. Oh, you mean that? Yes, that. Let's do it, Hiraka. Yeah! Oi, Aikawa. What's that? Operation Hiraka runs into the crowd with his fist clenched and brings back the bread. Yeah! What? What happened to our secret weapon? You are our secret weapon, Hiraka. I believe in you. Aikawa. Don't worry, I'll be there right by your side cheering you on. Don't give up, Hiraka. Fight, oh Hiraka. You kidding me? I would do a better job, Hiraka. Is it okay for me to punch you? This will be a tough battle. However you look at it, it's completely impossible to pass a furious mob right now. At this rate, we're going to be left with only items that no one really wants to pick up. And that are the most expensive. I have to do something. If you increase your aggro and cut the mob to your side, I might be able to make a run forward and pick up the breads. Or, if we had a warlock in our party, we could just go for CC and take out the weaker ones first. CC stands for crowd control. Oi, do you think we're in an RPG now? This is getting out of hand. Just as we stand idle looking dumbfounded at the overflowing group of hungry students, a freshman group enters the premises. Oi, this is getting out of hand. Yeah. Their intent is clear. They are here to steal my precious bread. If you wait any longer, not even the most expensive will be left. Hiraka. I open my wallet and throw him half of my lunch money. If we split our efforts, we will have greater chances for success. We have no choice but to fight our way through it. If we wait any longer, our fate will be to pass this day walking around suffering from hunger. If being poor students has taught us anything, well, it's that drinking water all day to suppress the hunger might make you pass out at any moment without prior notice. That being rich or poor in a school cafeteria doesn't matter. We are all equals here. The rules here are different from the outside world. We make our own world here, bound by our rules. To eat in the school cafeteria, what one needs most is fighting spirit. So let's show these guys our determination to eat. Aikawa. Let's do this. You got me all pumped up. Yeah! We cautiously approach the giant mass of students. As we come to a halt, we look at each other. We're right next to the fierce battle scene. He nods at me, signaling that he's ready. I nod in return. The promised moment is now. Hiraka! Oh! We leap recklessly towards the now indistinct mass of students. Hang in there, Aikawa! I hear a voice right in front of me. As I raise my head, now covered with arms and hands on other students struggling, I see an agile figure swiftly avoiding the other students. Soda was making his way towards our goal, looking unscathed by the adversities we were facing. Free bread! Free pants! Out of the way! Urauda! Well, you'd say Urauda! Whatever. Hey, I was here first. You have a death wish? Something pops out in my mind. I'm remembering that he's quite capable of sports. That bastard had his kind of power after all. Don't leave me behind. Damn it. In turn, I'm almost exactly where I started. I feel that my right leg is stuck in some sort of quicksand. I'll never give up. I make use of all my strength and I'm finally able to move my leg forward. What I didn't account for was the chain reaction that it would provoke. A lot of students fall on the ground immediately after I moved my leg, dragging me down with them. Damn it, out of the way! Oh, lucky, almost there. Whoa, one more step. Oh, go, Hiraka. Swapping their names again. Free bread. As Hiraka was getting ready to reach the finish line, his path was abruptly blocked by an opposing elbow. With the strength of impact, he falls helplessly on the ground, provoking yet another chain reaction. A path to the balcony was left open. Sora, your sacrifice will not be left wasted. I will live on for you. Ooh! That sounds weird. Eventually, I make my way to the balcony. The fresh smell of food reinvigorates me. There is no time to waste. I'll just ask for bread and get out of here quickly. As I take a quick browse of the now nearly empty food counter, I realize my luck was changing for the better. My favorite beef-flavored bread was shining alone in one of the corners of the food stand. He was left alone, his brothers nowhere in sight, assumed victims of his hard-fought battle. Lucky! I gulp in anticipation. Bean bread, please. Not so fast, Aikawa-san. Huh? As I'm about to hand out the money to the lunch lady, I'm stopped in my tracks by a strange voice. You are a very hasty fellow, aren't you? What? And yeah, this is the end of the demo. Yeah, I'll just keep on reading. Hey there, Hiraka-senpai here. I'm your designated spokesperson for this first alpha demo of Ho. So yeah, it's an alpha demo, so if there are issues, if there are still typos and stuff, it's kind of expected, so. Why me, you ask? Well, I think it's pretty obvious. It's because of my wits and charming appeal. I hope you enjoyed this demo. Even though I wasn't the main character on this version, I'd obviously be the hero in the final version. Yeah, right. I mean, who else would be? Ayah! Hi, Nobuhiro-sensei here. I'll be your spokesperson from now on. Unfortunately, this is the end of the demo for this Alpha of Hope Symphony for Tomorrow. Too short, if you ask me. Oh man, well, it's been a while, an hour and a half of reading for me, so, well, rather talking, so it's kind of tiring, but yeah. But don't worry, you will see me and much more in the final version. Oh my god, my legs, I can feel my legs. Is this blood? You hit me with a crowbar? What kind of psychopath are you? That's weird. There's some weird noise in the background. It might be a dog, if you'll excuse me. Oh, you're going to help me now? Wait, what? Oh god, oh god! Okay, where was I? Oh, donuts. Donuts make Nobuhiro-sensei happy. Don't forget to support us on Facebook and to check our Twitter for fresh news. Hey, I was going to make some advertisement too. Your support is very important for us. Sayonara! Hey, what kind of demo ending is this? I didn't even show up. Be quiet, you boyish ugly girl. Did it ever cross your mind that maybe you are not the center of the world? I'm kind of sad too. I'll sing my best song next time, so wait for me. Demo and oh cool, there's a, I didn't remember there was a, yeah, there was all this. I'll just leave it for a few seconds. But I put them on the description anyway, so you can just, so there you can, instead of contacting me if you have questions that are directly aimed at the author, just ask him. So this is it. This was the alpha demo of Hope. If you have any questions and any suggestions for that matter, if you want me to do more of this type of videos, just ask me. Well, pretty much, just leave me a comment. What type of content you want? What if you want me to do specific things? If you want me to improve on some things, yeah, just shoot me with anything you've got. So, okay, maybe I'll see you guys next time. Bye.